日本時間13日、ドジャースの山本由伸投手が敵地で行われたジャイアンツ戦に今季28度目の先発登板を果たしました。山本は7回91球を投げ、被安打1、奪三振10、与四球1、失点1、自責点1の快投を披露。メジャー通算265勝を誇るレジェンド、ジャスティン・バーランダー投手との投げ合いの中で、1回西から打者20人を連続で完璧に抑える圧巻の投球を見せました。しかし、打線の援護に恵まれず勝敗はつきませんでした。先日のオリオールズ戦に続く好投に、現地の解説陣も大興奮の様子を見せ、この模様は日本語字幕付きで紹介します。さらに、この日の試合前には地元放送局、スポーツネットロサンゼルスの実況アナウンサー、スティーブン・ネルソン氏が米人気野球番組、ファールテリトリーに出演。ドジャースの投手陣について熱く語り、ポストシーズンを目前に控えた今、議論の中心となっている、王一番のマウンドを任せるべきは翔平か、カーショーかというテーマについて徹底的に言及しました。この模様も日本語字幕付きで紹介します。また、元エンゼルス投手で大谷翔平とプレー経験のあるアーチー・ブラッドリー氏が MLB ネットワークに出演した際には、大谷について、地球上で最も偉大な選手と断言。その圧倒的な存在感と凄さを語る場面もありました。こちらも合わせて日本語字幕付きで紹介します。
Hi, John. Yeah, Yoshinobu, he has been excellent all year long, but really when you look at what he's been doing as of late, he's just looking to keep it going. You mentioned his last outing in Baltimore, in which he threw a no-hitter, 8 2/3. We were hoping to see him go all the way, but ultimately giving up a home run to end his outing. And unfortunately, the Dodgers taking that loss on that night. So for him, it's a matter of just, let's get back to it, let's keep it going, because he has been excellent. Dave Roberts talked about what he's been seeing from him as of late, and he also talked about this matchup with the Giants, in which there's a lot on the table for both teams.
I expect what he's been doing. I'd love to say I expect a no-hitter. Yoshinobu's been great. He's just going to go out there and he's just competing his tail off. He's pitching great. He's competing. Just really happy for him, and expect him to pitch well tonight.
So, Kirsten, thank you very much. Yoshinobu Yamamoto threw a career-high 112 pitches in that near no-hitter last time out in Baltimore. Had his heart broken, Jerry, with 2 outs in the 9th inning. But how does he follow up what was his best start as a big leaguer?
You know what? If Juan Uribe was on this ball club, he would turn to Yoshi and say, you know what? You could do better. One more out. So that's what he needs to go out there and continue pitching the way he's pitched, and hopefully puts himself in position to do it again. This kid has been outstanding. He is one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, our ace, and hopefully he does continue throwing that fastball with command and conviction to go along with that nasty breaking ball, that devastating split. Again, San Francisco is familiar with him, but continue making your pitches.
How do you follow up a near no-hitter? You throw a no-hitter. But at the same time, what Yamamoto's been able to do, I look at it from a hitter's perspective, where when you are swinging the bat really well, you're always trying to keep that feel. Not always at the results. It's about the feeling you have when you step into the batter's box, when you're taking your batting practice, to get that feel back as you're going into the game. And for a pitcher and for Yamamoto, it's the same thing. He's been having an amazing feel start after start, being able to make adjustments. So before the game, he's trying to capture that feel again going into the game. And as the game is going on, to try to capture that feel as well. See what's working for him, see what's not, make sure he has his release point, all the mechanics working well. That's what we've seen from him, is not only adjustments, but just his ability to go out there and pitch, attack hitters, get ahead, and get the job done.
We saw some serious focus from Yoshinobu Yamamoto last weekend in Baltimore. Obviously, a disappointing finish to that game. You can empathize a little bit. You have pitched and been on the verge and accomplished amazing things, and then your streak, for example, then it came to an end. Then you had to toe the rubber the next time out. For Yamamoto, what could he potentially be thinking about or battling between the ears after what happened last week?
Yeah, I think there is definitely emotions, and I think what happening between his ears is going to be the key to tonight's game. I don't think 8 2/3 a no-hit ball becomes his standard. His standard just needs to be executing again. I don't think the up velocity from last outing needs to be the standard, or the up on the split finger being up on a 1.5 miles, 2 miles an hour. I think you just go out there and be yourself, enjoy what you did, but now just go repeat you. Don't have to repeat excellence.
He'll be repeating the throw to Ben Rortvedt, who was behind the plate last week when he fell 1 out short of a no-hitter. Talked a little bit with Ben before today's game, John, and I was like, hey, have your feet like touched the ground yet? Because it's been sort of a whirlwind. And he's like, yeah, it's been a trial by fire, but he actually thinks that has helped him settle into being a Dodger, just jumping in, going through some losing streaks, pitching or being behind the plate for some near no-hitters. So Ben Rortvedt to try and continue what he's done behind the dish, because he's been terrific.
We're going to focus on one of the best starts in all of Major League Baseball this season. Yoshinobu, 8 2/3 no-hit baseball with those 10 strikeouts. Nomar.
Yeah, we're going to have to go to the K-zone and look at his last start. It was a good start, no doubt about that. Just a horrible finish. But, like, you know what? Let's go over what Yamamoto did. And before the game, we had a K-zone before that start, and you're probably going, are you showing that K-zone again? Because it was very similar. He was going after attacking hitters with all different pitches and finishing them off. No, he has an incredible split finger, but it's been the fastball up in the zone, the curveball, the fastball on the outer half. Nothing over really the heart of the plate as well. Great location with his pitches, where they're starting. There's that split finger, getting the swing and miss, but he doesn't just settle there. Understands go to the curveball underneath the hands against the lefties, and now it's like, I'm getting that feel for that splitter. When you're able to dot it and it's a strike as well, a strike coming out of the zone and fall out of the zone for a swing and miss, but also start off as a strike and then hit the bottom part of the strike zone, really impressive. The splitter was incredible, working it that night, getting the swing and miss, and we thought, okay, why not go to it here, 2-1, but there's the cutter, and there's the one that just gets there in the heart of the plate that they end up hitting and taking out and breaking up the no-hitter, but nonetheless, incredible performance by Yamamoto.
You know what I love about Yamamoto? He's still trying to get better and better. Ever since he had a conversation with Clayton Kershaw on how to grip and really extend with that curveball has really become elite. He's so confident using that curveball. So as a hitter, we know he's fastball with 95 to 98, outstanding split, but he is just as confident with that breaking ball. So that's 3 elite pitches a hitter has to cover to go along with a really good slider and that cutter. So hopefully he has all those pitches ready to go tonight, and they're all effective.
You look at what the rotation has been doing as of late. How would you just describe what you've been seeing from this group right now?
It's pretty remarkable. I mean, my goodness, just to have the full squad out there making the turns and posting the way they are. I mean, this has got to be what the front office kind of had in their minds of what they envisioned this rotation could be at the beginning of the year. But obviously we've had injuries and, you know, it's a long marathon, but to have it kind of sync up here at the end, we're really excited.
We could dive into each individual pitcher, but let's just do Yoshinobu Yamamoto, considering he's on the mound today. He's coming off of an outing in which he was absolutely fantastic. 8 2/3 no-hit innings. Just when you think about what he was able to do in Baltimore as he prepares for this outing, what was so remarkable about that outing in Baltimore?
I mean, I could go on and on about this guy. Just to see, I'm just so proud of him coming from where he started last year to then even seeing him after the World Series, showing up in spring training. I mean, he was in incredible shape, used to the ball, used to the rules. And then, you know, I think not a lot of people are talking about this, but he's done both international trips. He stayed healthy for the majority of it. So it's a testament to him and his crew for getting him out there and giving our team a chance to win every time he gets the ball.
What about just when it comes to that splitter that he has, what makes it so effective?
Well, I mean, his command of his fastball is insane. It's honestly some of the best I've ever seen. And his ability to locate a heater down and then throw his splitter off of that where they have to honor the strike and it's hard to lay off it. It's so hard. and it has such a different movement profile from the fastball. It's really difficult. I don't know how anyone hits any of this stuff, to be honest with you. But that's why splitters can be so unique and effective, because the fingers are just wider on the baseball. So there's nothing really for the hitter to pick up visually. So when he's locating his heater the way he was, and he's throwing the splitter as hard as he was, it's going to be a long night for those hitters.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto in his last 3 starts, 20 2/3 innings, 27 Ks, just 3 earned runs on only 6 hits and 3 walks.
This is how he's attacked them today with the strikeouts, the 7 strikeouts. He has been punching out a lot of people over the course of these hot outings.
Top of the order on deck for San Francisco, up on the Dodgers 1-0. Strike 3, paints a fastball at 97 on the outside corner.
Only a second strikeout looking, and it was a fastball again right there. Barely clips the zone. 7th pitch of this inning. He had 25 pitches in the first inning, and since then, it's only taken him 51 pitches for the rest.
And to put that 39% K rate into perspective, the league average is 22.
Devers with 31 home runs, 102 RBIs, 2 out, nobody on. Your first job is to keep him in the park.
Got him swinging. Blew it by him for his 9th K of the night. Couple of lefties up throwing in the Dodger bullpen. Anthony Bond on the left, Jack Dreyer on the right. Sits him down with a curveball. Strikeout number 10 for Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
We talked about it on the pregame show about how runs could very well be at a premium this entire series, and that was certainly the case tonight. Yoshinobu Yamamoto's second consecutive start where he only allows 1 hit and 1 run, but once again, he has nothing to show for it. And you guys talked also, Jerry, you said before the game, when you've got pitchers' duels like we expected, you have to be able to do the little things. Dodgers didn't do that tonight. They go 0 for 12 with runners on base, and then the Giants walk it off there in the 10th.
Yeah, you got to be able to score more than 1 run and to figure out a way to manufacture runs. I know Verlander was on his game, and he is a Hall of Fame pitcher, but when you have your ace Yoshi going out there continuing putting up zeros, you got to be able to score, find a way to score a couple runs. They didn't do that. Let the Giants hang around. They were able to win this ball game.
Well, you look in the 4th inning when you finally get the first 2 batters on base. Situational hitting is key. Talk about it nonstop, all the time, about situational hit, finding a way, and especially when you're kind of getting more to that middle part of the lineup, going toward the end, figuring out a way to at least try to get 1 run there. That was huge, and they weren't able to do that. And this is another one, as a teammate, you were just so disappointed that you cannot capitalize on an unbelievable outing by Yamamoto. He goes out there, pitches his heart out once again. I mean, another outing with 10 Ks, goes 7 innings, and you can't get a win in that particular situation. You're frustrated as a player, as a fan. It's tough to watch.
No, they weren't, and spoiled another good start by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He gave up a walk and then a double in the first inning for a run, Jerry. After that, he retired the final 20 batters he faced. You could not have asked for a better outing once again from Yamamoto. The ace stepped up, did ace-like things, and the Dodgers couldn't reward him for it.
We said this at the beginning of the show, or beginning of pregame. He is top 5 pitcher in all of baseball. He has been so dominant, and what I love about him, he's been getting better and better as the season goes along. He's getting stronger, and Nomar, you know this. As a hitter and as a position player, it eats at you. Right now in that clubhouse, we are wasting his starts. Yeah. We're wasting his starts. Yeah. We should have won at least 4 or 5 or 6 of his starts, and we're not getting him enough runs because he has proven that he can pitch with a lead, and he's putting up zeros. It's so unfortunate. Yeah. And I understand there's always 1 guy or 2 in your rotation where you just don't give him run support for a couple months. This has basically been most of the year. I know the guys are kicking themselves. Once again, not getting him run support because he has been dominant.
And especially the time of the season here down. It's playoff time right now, trying to get these victories, and you waste a performance like that. And that's exactly the word you use in the clubhouse. You feel like you wasted it. That first inning, he gives up the run. you're going in the dugout and everybody's saying, so what? Yeah. So what? We need to score anyway. So what? It's just one. And then you try to motivate Yamamoto, like, keep them right there. We got you. We're going to get that one. And they couldn't do that. They couldn't give. They got one, tied it, but they couldn't get any more than that, especially after what he did. He went out there and then just shut them down, hoping the offense would find a way to come back, get some runs to try to win this game. And that is just so frustrating and disappointing. You're sitting there in the clubhouse, you're staring at your locker, you can't believe that you couldn't score for a guy who gave you another outing. And now all of a sudden it even brings back in your mind what happened in his last outing, how he was there going 8 2/3 of no hit and you lost that game. And you can't believe that. Now this going another 10 strikeouts, 7 innings, and we lost it again.
Well, Dave, we obviously got to see kind of the replay of just the foul tip and how Ben Rortvedt actually did control that ball, so that would have been the strikeout. When you look at just kind of what Tanner Scott has been dealing with, is it feeling like just things have been a little unlucky for him at the moment, especially with what you've been seeing?
I think so. Obviously we looked at the replay and it didn't hit the ground, so that's a big out. And so, obviously, Tanner's, that ball I just looked at above the zone, 97, and he hits a homer. So, with those two things that happen, it's unfortunate. The result certainly doesn't feel good, doesn't change anything. But, he's going through it right now, and we just got to continue to, try to give him confidence and, when the time's right, run him out there and expect good things to happen and expect it to turn.
Considering this is his first year with the organization and you guys are still learning kind of a lot about him, how are you seeing him just kind of handle this situation right now?
Like a pro. Certainly it doesn't feel good giving up runs in any capacity. He's one of our highest leverage guys, and so a lot of times, when it doesn't go well, the game is in the balance, and there's outside noise, but inside the clubhouse, guys believe in him, I believe in him, and we're going to need him. I mean, that's just the facts. We're going to need him, and but yeah, I think as far as doing his work, ready when called upon, whatever I ask of him, he's been a pro.
How much of this opportunity does it feel like to lose both these games with gems that Yamamoto's kind of put out there the last couple times?
Yeah, those are missed opportunities, and I think the thing is that when you look at the bullpen, and certainly gets magnified, but when you score one run and you're in a tight ball game, then there's just no margin and things get magnified, and that's tough on those guys. And so when you're playing these close ball games where any flare or any mistake costs you, that's a tough quality of life too. So it's not just those guys in the pen.
Well, look, it's starting to kind of feel like right now things are just a little unlucky with the foul tip. It was ultimately a strikeout. I'm not sure if you've seen the video just yet, but how much can that moment just change the situation and at bat everything?
Man, I gave a bad pitch to a hitter that can hit fastballs and cost us again. Just tired of it happening, and it's miserable.
You obviously have been putting a lot of work in and making some different changes mechanically. Is that kind of one of those things you felt like that was the pitch selection there?
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I'm tipping or what, but I don't know. They're on everything, so it sucks.
Yeah, silly. Is it a bad location? Is that sort of an indication that sort of tells you maybe like he was looking for a fastball in that spot? Or
definitely it was a fastball above the zone, and maybe I'm tipping. I have no freaking clue right now. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm having the worst year of my life, so I don't know. I got to be better. Just got to move on to the next day and try to win the next game and not really think upon it.
Yoshi, when you look at just the outing tonight, you were excellent. Really just that walk and the hit early in the game got to you. How would you just describe kind of settling into this one and how they got to you early?
立ち上がり初回は、フォアボールから、ツーシームを、次のバッター投げたんですけど、ちょっと、初回はあまりツーシームうまく決まらず、長打を許してしまったんですけど、そこからは、今日調子自体はすごく良かったのでしっかり、いいコース狙って投げていくことができたので、結果的に、7回、いいピッチングできたと思います。
So just kind of leaning on the fastball today, was that game plan? Leaning on the fastball, was that game plan, or was that just the feel of the pitch and how it was being used tonight?
もともとゲームプラン立てて挑んだところもありますし、バッターの反応を見ながら、 進めていこうっていう、場面というか、対戦バッターも、あったので、基本的には、ベンのリードを信頼して、投げていくことができました。
Frustrating is it as a team to sort of like lose a game like this where you're pitching so well? It seems like the second week in a row, it's kind of the same spot for you.
自分がどうこうでは全くないですけど、やっぱり、チームとしてはもうどうしても今はもうとにかく勝たないといけない、状況なので、やっぱり今日の試合を勝ちきれなかったというのはすごく悔しいですけど、とにかくこう、前を向いていくしかないといいますか、とにかく明日の試合、勝てるように全員でやっていけたらなと思います。
Let's go to the K-Zone on Yama's night in San Francisco.
And we repeat, this is not a replay from the last outing or the outing before that, although it may be very similar. But what's really impressive is the way he is putting batters away. Just did an interview talking about his fastball didn't have a really good feel for it. Well, he found the feel for it because that's the way he was putting guys away. He was putting guys away with the fastball. Then he went to the curveball to get the swing and miss. Wait, he has a split finger, and we haven't seen that. It's been fastball, curveball, but he still has that. So just so you know, there's the split finger down in the zone, getting the swing and miss. And we've seen him in the past go to the split finger, continue after finding it, but he came back to the fastball and was trusting that fastball and that curveball. When he has those other pitches that he can trust, knowing that the split finger is devastating in his back pocket, tough to hit.
And I have been saying this a lot, not to undersell us or myself, I know as a one percenter, but very average career, but above average moments and above average teammates.
Oh, I love that.
I got to be, locker mates with Ohtani, Harper, Trout, part of MVP seasons, playoff runs.
What'd you think of Ohtani?
Greatest player to ever walk the earth.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Babe Ruth. I'm not here to get the long-winded arguments, but it's Ohtani and everyone else, in my opinion, especially when you see it day to day.
And what about the MVP conversation? We just had it, and we have gone back and forth between batting average, effect on both sides of the ball. How do you quantify that?
See, this is where it's tough because we're in a great room of old school, new school, analytical, what matters. You can't help if a guy's on base. Do RBIs matter? Slugging percentage, high leverage. Again, I think you have to look at the situation, what he means to that team, and his overall impact on the game. If you take that player out of that team, who is that team without that player? But then again, like we'll talk about Cal Raleigh, what he's doing from a catching perspective, hitting homers from both sides of the plate. I loved it. I was listening from the outside. I do think it's super interesting that we have two MVPs, two Cy Youngs, and there's not just one defined guy. But there is the platinum Gold Glove winner versus just the Gold Glove winner. So I love that debate. I was kind of arguing it in my head on the outside.
Now, onto the pitching a little bit. I mean, they've had 39 different pitchers. We know injuries are a thing. How would you talk about this pitching staff? Give me something that you said, that's going to make this Dodger town feel okay. Where would you put them? What is your thoughts on all this pitching, and how are they going to bode well come playoff time?
Well, something that Andrew Friedman, Dodgers president of baseball operations, and Brandon Gomes, their GM, that they have said throughout this year is that they're going to have a chance to take their best 13-man pitching staff into the postseason that they've ever had. And the Dodgers have had some really good staffs. But the fact that you now have Yamamoto, who's starting tonight against Justin Verlander. You have Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell healthy. Clayton Kershaw. I don't know how to explain him in year 18, just continuing to be a master of run prevention, and Emmett Sheehan, the way he has come on. That's just the starting staff, and I didn't even mention Shohei Ohtani. So I think that there is a lot of confidence, given that those guys are, feeling physically good right now and throwing the ball well, that no matter what series they find themselves in, they're going to have a shot every single night. Now, the bullpen has shown some leaks throughout the year. There have been a lot of dudes back there thrust into a lot of different positions. They have had to deal with some injuries. So I think that right now, if I were to try to guess how fans are feeling, I would think that they're most concerned about the back end of the bullpen. But the way the starters look right now, it has buoyed the confidence level, and understandably so, because that is, any single one of those dudes can shove a night to night. So the way I put it when people ask about the Dodgers, I think they will go as their big dogs go. It starts with the triumvirate at the top of the lineup. It really is not a complicated formula for them to win games. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, those are their big guys. And then their all-stars who have to alternate being all-stars. Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, and then which glue guy finds a way to put a drop in the bucket to win a ball game that night. Like it's really that simple.
Okay. So one more rotation question.
Hit
What
me.
do you think is more likely? Shohei Ohtani pitching into the 6th in the playoffs, or Clayton Kershaw starting the game over Shohei Ohtani?
Wow. That is an excellent situational question, Kratzy. I would say my internet's cutting out, guys, so I'm gonna have to hop out of here. No. Because no matter how you answer that question, there is like this feeling of I'm doubting one of the greatest to ever do it. Right? Because it's like, okay, well, the Dodgers have been pretty steadfast and resolute in how they have handled Shohei as a pitcher this year. They're not going to push him. We've seen him go 5, but really it's been that 3, 4 2/3 kind of stretch. And then Clayton Kershaw, you want to be like, all right, like back 9 of his career, like year 18, how much has he got left? And then you look at his numbers and you're like, it's still Kersh. I mean, the fastball is scratching 90 and he's still finding ways to go 5 2/3, 6 shutout innings and still punching tickets. He's just they're two different types of unicorns, those two. So to your question, all right, can I like play into this hypothetical and ask a question back to you? Is this a wild card series? Is this a division series? Is this a short series? Is this a 7-game series? Let me ask you.
This is game 5. This is game 5. They're down.
Oh, okay. 7-game series. Sorry.
DS. Game 5. DS.
So this is win or go home.
This is win or go home. Yamamoto clearly isn't going to be able to come back on 5 days rest. He hasn't done it ever in the history of Yamamoto baseball. So it has to be one of those two guys.
Did Show pitch in the wild card series if they were in it?
No.
I'll go with Show. I'll go with Show going 6. That's I love this. This is really fun. I'll say Shohei going 6 innings because if it's win or go home, you want to go down with your absolute best, your best bullet. And that, again, see, when I say that now, you'll be like, wait, Clayton Kershaw's not your absolute best? No, he's going to have a statue in Dodger Stadium one day. And he is you can argue, the best to ever do it, preventing runs. But I just think if Shohei's fresh and there is no tomorrow, then you throw him out there and you ride him as long as he'll take you. So I appreciate you humoring the back and forth there. I enjoyed that.
My one thing on this, Nelly,
yeah,
Ohtani's got better stuff. I mean, we can be clear cut about that now. Obviously, Kershaw vintage, different story. Kershaw now will admit the same way. He's a different guy.
But it's the same results. Stop with the stuff.
It's not. It's different in the playoffs. I want my best stuff in the playoffs.
Don't do that. Don't give the Kershaw. Don't give the Kershaw narrative. The Dodgers are looking to get 27 outs. Kershaw has never not given them quality outs up until a certain point. Because Kershaw had this like aura about him, they would never take him out and they would let him hang out to dry. I don't think he has that aura and they would take him out. You could get 4 shutout from Kershaw because that's all he's ever done.
And you could, and I think you could see a piggyback situation in that particular scenario. So because
coming
then
out of the pen.
No,
I mean,
Ohtani's not coming out of the pen. He can't do that.
I don't think Show comes out of the pen. If you're gonna have anybody piggyback, you would probably ask Kersh to do it because he has.
I saw him come out of the pen. Game 7, NLCS. He shut us out. He shut us down in the last inning or 2 innings. He came out of the pen. I think even against the Nationals. In 18, he shut us down, and then I think he did it like 2 years before, a year before.
See, I just think, and then you have a different look, right? Not only going right, left, it's just you're speeding up, slowing down kind of thing. I think so. I mean, that's the cheat answer is like piggyback. But if you're asking me to pick one, I'll go with show.